Hello and welcome to Real Moon Hours. I'm your host, Mr.Moon, and I'm joined tonight by these two lovely people. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing swell, Christian. How are you?
I'm doing great, Tim.
I think Jeff's still on a beer run, so he might be gone for a bit. But
oh man, he's on a beer run?
Yeah, no, I don't want teeth on my dick. At least Ella's.
well, that's
definitely something.
Yeah, I don't think Jeff could have had a better intro than that just there.
I really don't think he could have. Yeah, definitely not.
Are we streaming?
We are live. And everyone heard that. That is going.
Our -0 viewers.
But we have a podcast that we're putting this on Anchor.
Yes, we are.
Oh, I thought there was 3 left. There's only 2.
All right. Well, how are you guys? What's been going on with you guys this week?
Nothing much, just work and more work because I don't have a social life anymore because COVID said that's not allowed.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it be.
That's why you make friends at work, Tim.
It's Scooby Dooby Dooby like that.
It's Scooby Dooby 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 Doo be like that for sure.
Holy shit, this is stale.
You're stale. Got him. Got him.
The gummies I was telling you about before the stream that I found on my floor are just really old and stale. I regret eating them.
What did you eat?
Yeah.
Those gummies I told you about?
Oh.
You ate them?
Yeah, the ones that were staling on the floor, Christian.
Nice. Good job.
He's going to get some weird side effects from stale old gummies here in a second.
Hyped.
It takes more than a second to go through, Tim. They generally kick in after about 45 minutes.
Speaking of effects on the brain, I'm going to be taking some L-theanine before this so I can be nice and chill.
You mean during this?
Yeah. What did I say?
Before this?
Oh yeah, we're actually streaming right now. I can't say before this.
We are live.
We are indeed live. Okay.
So I've literally not been a part of Real Moon Hours ever. Even the planning phases. I'm just kind of here.
Yeah. Jeff's kind of like a guest, like a fly on the wall.
But permanent.
But yeah, permanent. Like a permanent guest.
Like literally, I'm just here for the bands.
Tim's like
I've been helping plan this a little bit here and there. I've given some ideas. We had a podcast together a while ago, but it kind of didn't work out as well as we planned.
It
So
fell apart.
we're trying this format. I think it'll work better, honestly.
You know what a good segment idea I just thought of was incorporating
What?
copy pasta into this, but like I completely forgot about it and didn't plan for it. So maybe next week, but
Yeah.
hell yeah. So, shall we move on to the news, boys?
Based news for when the world snooze.
Totally
What?
biased or based newses while the world snoozes.
Yeah, that one.
Hell
All I
yeah.
know is I have ducks on one screen and real moon hours on the other one, so I'm set.
Nice. All right. So, our first story up. I can hear myself with a slight delay, so if I'm talking slow, it's because of that. But so the GameStop stock ship is staled, and it's gone down in the last week. But at least we had fun with the memes. Which is
Here. Let
actually
me pull
kind
up.
of a lie.
It 100% is a lie.
Because
And I
it's
will show you
going
why.
back up. Like, this is a screenshot I took right after writing that headline. And so, it's below 400, which is, like, yeah, it's completely overvaluing the stock. Yeah, I don't know.
Second wave of COVID, more like second wave of GameStop, am I right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
seriously,
So
they're making a huge comeback. It's crazy. All this investment is just gonna feed back into a lot of the recent decisions they've been making. Like they get part of the revenue from all digital sales on the Xbox, and there might be a new CEO pretty soon, and he might restructure the whole company. And I don't know, my local GameStop's busy as hell, so like, why can't it be, why can't it be super freaking cool,
So GameStop, GME, as of 10/22 uh, West Coast time today, is at $66.50. It is up 19.2%, and it's risen 4.28% after hours.
Yeah, that's plus $3 from when I took the screenshot for this. That is insane. Like,
So yeah, it's not dead.
yeah, and that's aftermarket, which is like, stocks are volatile, but they don't move around to that degree aftermarket. So, I mean, it's got to be worth something. But it's just funny. I was on Twitter today, and this guy was like, I just found out my ex bought GameStop stock at it over when it was over $400, and he goes,
Oof.
"Life is good."
Oof.
Oh man, it was just like,
Yeah. I doubled down on AMC stocks today. So I went in at like $10 when it was like $10 a share. Now it's down to $6.90 a share, and I put in another $10 worth.
yikers.
So
Well, maybe
I'm currently sitting at a $15 loss, but gotta have those diamond hands, Christian. Hold the
gotta have
line.
those diamond hands for sure. Those diamond hands. Those very, very diamond hands,
What
I
was
just want to see if
that?
the soundboard
That
works.
was a super gay sound effect.
It's in the anime sound pack on voice mod. Didn't know what else to use. What's this? I like that. I'll use that more often. But okay. So, I think next up, should we talk about the next news story, or is there any other stock things? Oh, I guess for legal reasons, we need you to disclose what holdings we have. I have holdings in Sundial, which we hadn't talked about it at all today, but I like the stock. I think it's a good long-term buy. Tim, you have holdings in what, AMC and GameStop?
So, let me look at. I gotta pull it up because I didn't know we had to disclose that.
I think
I
we
have
do if we talk about the stock.
Gotcha. Okay, I'm in Kronos, GoPro, Nokia, AMC Entertainment. Hold on, let me open up Robinhood real quick,
Ooh,
and
those are
then
really good.
let me double check. I am in Zynerbra Pharmaceuticals and Spectrum Pharmaceuticals.
Okay. So, yeah, but none of this is investment advice. We're not, financial advisors. We're just a bunch of, morons on the internet. So,
Yes, this is the part that I know we have to disclose is we are not giving out any
this is not financial advice. This is our
This is not.
opinions. Again, this is totally biased news. We're 100% biased. We want to get that point across. You don't come here for unbiased news. You don't really go anywhere for unbiased news because all news is biased. So, yeah. So that's just our opinion, not financial advice. I think that's all we have to say after that. And we're going to move on. Bo
Wait, we're gonna
Jiden,
invest in donks.
sitting president of the United States, Bo Jiden, still owes us $1,400. What do you guys think of that?
I think that he shouldn't give us $1,400. I think that he should just give us $1,400 worth of intoxicants, whether it be alcohol, marijuana, crack,
You know,
horse shit. Is what he needs to do.
with taxes coming up, I think it would be a better idea to give everyone $1,400 towards their return.
Okay.
I think that would be way better.
Just like in their tax return?
Yeah. Because then it's not tax. It's not tax. Because the thing that people don't realize is all these stimuluses we got over last year we're gonna have to pay for in taxes again.
No, they're not.
This spring.
They're not taxable.
They're not. Okay, good.
Yeah, I researched
I was under the impression they were.
And they're not like a loan. A lot of people get that. I kind of want to get that across. The stimulus checks that we got like this last time and the time before, they're not like a loan. Like the government isn't going to make you pay them back in any way. It's literally free money, which
it's not free money because it's money we are getting back that we've already paid in taxes.
Yeah, that's the thing that bothers me. I'm very anti-inflation. I'm very anti-irresponsible spending. And in my opinion, if they were going to do this, they should have cut things like the military budget. They should have cut things like, I don't know, like Congress salaries. They should have cut things like the president's salary. They should have cut the president's travel budget to do this, because those are things that tons of money are going to. But instead of doing that, they just said, let's just print a crap ton of money and just send it to people. And it just doesn't work. It's just like it's going to cause the dollar to go down in value, and our economy to turn into buying bread with a wheelbarrow full of francs. So
I disagree only on the fact is people are doing the exact opposite. People aren't just sticking it in their mattresses like this is the 1920s. They're going out and spending it. Like,
that's true. It does go back into the economy, which is good.
I'm assuming almost all of it has gone back to the economy. At least the stuff that wasn't stuck in the government's pocket.
As far as I know. Oh, what were you gonna say?
Because there was still, even from the first stimulus check, there was still a few $1 million that hadn't been sent out to the American people yet because people didn't claim it, and so on. So. But otherwise, all of that other money just went straight back into the economy and really did boost it, I think.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Because as far as I know, like most people that I know, and from my own experience with the stimulus checks, is that people either like bought. I know some people bought guns. I upgraded my computer with a little bit of it both times. I know people that paid off their credit cards, paid off home loans, helped pay off like student loan debt, paid for groceries. Like it all just directly went back out into the economy. So that's a really good point.
Yeah, because like when the stimulus that my household got came in, we just went out and bought like a TV and we bought a mattress and we
Mm-hmm.
just bought a bunch of different furniture.
Yeah,
Like that's what we did.
my sister bought like a 16 passenger van.
Yeah.
She's got
Well, it
like a
makes
ton of
sense.
kids.
I mean, the nickname is the Mormon van.
uh, they also bought a trailer that they're gonna like upgrade and turn into a like a kind of a little Airbnb type of deal. I still wish that the stimulus packages didn't have the vast majority of the money going towards you know like defense contracts and foreign nations and the Kennedy Center and raising the salary of people in the Capitol building and like just the most random
Or,
stuff.
making memes, uh, making pirating a felony, or
Yeah, that was the
anything that went into the bill that was anything other than giving money to the people.
yeah, that was the
All
weird
that
thing.
stuff.
Like the stimulus bill should have just been the stimulus checks, the small business loans, the paycheck protection program, and the unemployment insurance. Like the fact that it was like $2 trillion as opposed to being like way less than that if they just stuck to those things. There could have been more money of it. There could have been more money available to go to people, and like I don't know. It's just like I wouldn't be as worried about the hyperinflation unless it was like every bill was $2 trillion. But we'll see what happens. But
I wish they would just give it to college students, because every single one of them have not been able to go to college students like me who don't get to claim themselves on taxes, so we
mm-hmm.
didn't get the stimulus. Like I haven't seen a dime out of any of these, and that would have been really helpful for putting into my student loans, for
I know.
putting into literally anything.
That seems like such a simple fix too. Just like include like college students on the stimulus package, but like it was just like whatever. We're just gonna give it to people in this income bracket. I'm like, what?
And college students have literally been exempt from getting every single one. Like in the last one, I was reading that it was people between the ages of 17 and 25 who are claimed as a dependent aren't allowed to have it. And I'm like, that's literally just college age kids who are the ones that could use it the most.
Seriously, it's
Well,
it's
I think
frustrating.
speaking on the college student part of it, I think we as students need to file a class action lawsuit against the institutions we go to, because I feel like and my college isn't the only one who did this, but they promised us a discount on tuition while classes were all online, and they didn't do it. If anything, they raised tuition, and all classes were online. Half the teachers did. Like I did not have a single like asynchronous meeting, like a single Zoom call with any teacher the past 3 terms, the past year.
Yeah, that's
I think
ridiculous.
I think
Yeah,
that's also the difference.
well, but I'm still paying the same amount as if I was in. Like that's literal thievery.
Well, I think that's also the difference between like West Coast and like the middle where I'm at, because we're still in person classes. I literally was on campus today, not only for work but for classes.
Yeah,
Most
well,
of the
that's
colleges here
because
do hybrid classes in Utah.
Yeah, we had hybrid. So last semester we had hybrid classes. Um, and honestly, I wasn't overtly bothered with the switching to online the COVID semester just because it ended up getting overtly politicized. by everyone involved.
Mm-hmm. And like,
So
again, I agree with you. I didn't mind that we went to all online. If anything, it was great because I got to go back to Alaska early and work longer this season. It did benefit me. However, what really annoys me is the fact that prices stayed the same, yet we were getting
half the product.
a fraction of not only the interaction but teaching from the teachers.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing, you're talking about different areas. Yeah, that's because you're not an hour away from Portland, where the second the governor was like, hey, you know, we should probably think about going back to classes, there was a teacher's strike. There was a strike to go back to the classrooms.
Well, because people are it's because people are scared because they've been spending the past like 6 months being told the world's going to end because Orange Man bad, and we didn't actually give them any facts on the case. And Orange Man certainly wasn't helping the situation by going, see, I told you this was bad, and trying to claim that he did stuff that he actually didn't do.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. Funny but really awful. It's just like that whole situation was just so crappy. Like, I remember seeing it like just completely unfold. It was like, okay, so there's the virus in China. Well, what are we in, like last year February or so? All of a sudden we're out of masks. And then all of a sudden the CDC was like, okay, y'all need to wear masks. And you know, it was just like you had Trump supporters, you had Fox News people saying all this crap like don't wear the mask, don't comply, and all this stuff like that, edging on the people that wanted people to wear masks to call for like mandates and stuff. And it was just like this huge mess. And it was I hated last year.
The whole thing was an absolute shit show.
Oh,
but
100%.
It was extremely overly politicized as well. And I think that a lot of the problem is they, you know, of course, it's an election year. Anything's going to be overtly politicized. However, the problem came to it in now all the established Democrats are like, well, shit, we can't just go back on it now and say everything's fixed or no one's going to believe that it was actually that dangerous. So we have to go slowly.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not going slowly at all. They're just doing anything. They're still talking about the impeachment trial.
I know.
Trump's out of office. What does it matter now? What is
so the reason why I have heard they're doing it is because that way Trump can never hold another political office if he's successfully impeached.
He can never run again.
So they're basically just hedging their bets that he won't come back in 2020.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to do math. It's been a long day.
2024.
I said 2024.
You said 2020.
You did.
I said 2024.
We believe you. Believe all Jeffs, guys.
Believe all Jeffs.
Don't believe all Jeffs.
I believe Jeff.
I don't believe Jeff.
I stand with Jeff.
I stand with Jeff.
Yikes.
Jeffrey Epstein.
No.
I don't feel like we should immediately turn our first episode into making fun of the Me Too movement.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I mean,
Nope. That is
Jim.
one political rat I do not want to go down. Okay.
Oh, Jim.
Now that I narrowly avoided a conversation about rape, let's move on to gun control. So, so David Hogg of what's the name of that movement? It was the kids from the Parkland shooting. Some gun control group.
You mean the disaster actors?
Oh boy. Okay, Alex Jones. The kids from like
that started this chaos.
I forgot the name of the group, but like the Parkland shooting. He was a survivor from the Parkland shooting and became a big advocate for gun control. And there was that really cursed thing from last year where the parents of one of the kids that got shot had the kid recreated it in CGI and had a voice actor like read off this propaganda. like this anti-gun propaganda. It was really creepy and weird. But yeah,
I
like
remember this.
the fallout
I
from
don't
the whole
remember
Parkland
this.
thing's just like crazy. And because of it, a few people have gotten really famous, and David Hogg's one of them, and then like his polar opposite that I forgot the name of him, but he's a guns rights activist and a survivor of the shooting. He got really famous too until he got canceled for saying the N-word in a group chat or something. I don't know. But David Hogg, to get back on topic, David Hogg started a damn pillow company because the My Pillow guy is in
He's a Trump
trouble for
supporter.
supporting Trump. And like it's just the most random, ridiculous, like why kind of thing.
It's super petty and like immature.
It's just like ridiculous. It just doesn't make any sense
It's
to me. Of
almost
like,
like this is almost what happens when you start getting kids involved in politics or something. It starts to become childish and petty.
it starts becoming a freaking
Hashtag,
cartoon. Like,
hashtag
oh,
Greta Thunberg.
I don't like your political opinions, so I'm gonna try and compete with your company when I have no experience in the industry. Let's go. It's like if I was like, I don't really like Todd Howard. I think he's an asshole. I think he's a jerk. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start my own game company before I even know how to code in C++ and make open world RPG games to compete with Bethesda's most like popular titles. It's just like the most ridiculous idea I've ever heard in my entire life. Like David Hogg, is he still a minor? Isn't he like maybe he's 18
No,
now?
because there was this really stupid meme with him and a bunch of the other ultra liberal people from the shooting that were like, "We're 18 now and we can vote. Be
Oh, yeah.
scared, Republicans."
Oh
Or
yeah.
something stupid and cringy like that.
Oh yeah, I remember now.
So you mean most memes that involve political people?
I
Yeah,
don't know. Some of
basically.
them are pretty dark and funny.
No. I mean, as in like political people making them.
Oh,
Yeah.
then yes,
Yes,
absolutely.
definitely.
There's never been a good meme made by politicians.
Nope.
Never.
There's great memes made of politicians, like
Oh, yeah,
Bernie Sanders.
Yeah, those Bernie Sanders memes were lit.
Oh yeah, I love Bernie Sanders. Not because I agree with all of his politics, but like, I don't know. I think he's a really genuine guy. You know,
It's not very libertarian of you.
not like David Hogg. David Hogg's not very genuine.
No, David Hogg's
You
not
can
genuine at
tell.
all. He
He's just-
saw. No, he saw his 15 minutes of fame start to fade, and he tried to become relevant again.
Literally all he does is try to maintain relevancy. It's like so easy to see through. And just to disclose, because this is totally biased news, I am 100% a gun rights activist. I'm literally an anarchist. So that basically means that the government no touchy guns of any kind. And so I really don't like David Hogg because he's like this dumb little kid that refuses to educate himself about the issues that he seems to care so much about. To the point that he probably still thinks the AR-15 stands for Assault Rifle 15, not Armalite Rifle 15.
No. He thinks it stands for automatic rifle.
He thinks it stands for that?
I assume he does.
He thinks that the AR platform means automatic rifle when it's.
I assume that's what he thinks it stands for.
What does he think AK stands for? Automatic killing machine?
Probably. No, Christian, don't say that because now liberals are going to use that.
Wait,
What do you mean?
That's not what it stands for?
Dude, if they use that, that's gonna make them look super stupid. Like, we want them to use that because that's definitely not what AK-47 stands for.
Christian, they don't care how they look anymore. Come
Uh,
on. What?
automatic killing machine. The Russians the Soviets name their weapons in English.
Okay, but in that defense, that sounds like something the Soviets would do.
That's true. Because the Soviets.
God
fun
damn
fact,
it. Hold on.
What?
Hold on. AK-47, also called Kalashnikov model 1947 Soviet assault rifle, possibly the most widely used shoulder weapon in the world. The initials AK represent at Avtomat Kalashnikova, Russian for atomic Kalashnikov. So it is. The A in AK-47 does stand for
Automatic. Well, yeah, because it's
because that's actually an automatic rifle.
it's actually an automatic rifle. Like, that's the whole point of it. I saw a video of a guy shooting it, and it like burst into flames, and it kept shooting. It was the coolest thing I'd ever seen.
I also love watching videos of like super liberal people shooting guns for the first time and their reaction to it. Because some of them, they shoot it and they're like, oh shit, this is kind of fun. And then they turn into guns right activists. Or you get the ones that are just there to chase clout. Like this one guy, he shot it once. The entire time leading up to it, he was like crying and he was scared and he was so terrifying. And then he shot it and he's like, I had to recover. I'm sorry, I couldn't finish this video. I had to recover. Right after that, I spent an hour in a PTSD episode.
Oh yeah, there's a journalist that said the loud noises from the AR-15 gave him like temporary PTSD, which first of all is like an insult to people with actual post-traumatic stress disorder. Like, don't lightly use PTSD. Like, I hate it when people, like, especially those like Democrat coastal elites that listen to public radio, when they use that term so lightly. I'm like, you moron, like, you've never been to a combat zone. You probably didn't grow up abused. You've never had a traumatic experience in your entire life, yet you're using PTSD here, PTSD there. I have PTSD from when a kid called me a slur for homosexuals in high school. It's like, let's calm down with that disorder.
Right.
Anyways.
So
What?
Here's a question for you, Christian.
Mm-hmm.
So you're a gun rights activist.
Very much so.
Me. What do you think of the NRA?
I hate them. They do way more harm than good.
Exactly. Because the NRA would not exist if gun control laws weren't debated on.
Yep. They do way more harm than good. They constantly compromise. They're actually for gun control a lot of the times. People see them as like these extremists that want to give everyone nukes, but they're like, trust me, they're not extreme enough. Ugh.
I find it really weird. Like really, really weird, but I somewhat agree with you guys on the gun laws. Only because gun laws were originally created to be racist.
They absolutely were.
Yes.
And I 100.
Yes.
That's like the only reason with the only reasoning behind my current dislike of current gun laws, because unlike you guys, I am not an anarchist libertarian or a libertarian of any sorts. I don't have a political party, but I'm definitely not those two. And I do believe in regulation of firearms, but
no. Anyways, go on. Sorry.
But not like based off of racist lines targeting people. Certain people.
Yeah. And it was totally made to target people in not just like African American communities, Asian American communities, like those kind of communities. It was meant to target the lower class in general.
Well, the first gun control law was actually brought about by Ronald Reagan in California when he was governor. Mm-hmm. It was designed to get the Black Panthers to stop having guns, because guns are great as long as it's in the hands of a white guy. Basically,
yeah. And nowadays, it's like, we want to tax the bullets, we want to tax the guns, so basically only rich people are allowed to have guns. And it's just getting to this point where it's just like...
Or, here's what you do. If you buy a magazine with cash, They can't. The government doesn't know.
That's true.
The government knows. Like, let's say I went to Cabela's and bought a 30-round magazine, but paid in cash. The government knows they sold it.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know who to. If you buy it with a credit or debit card, then it's tracked to you because your credit card swipe.
Except Cabela's has cameras, and the government could just be like, "Yo, what's up? I'm going to take your camera footage now," and Cabela's is going to be like, "Okay."
Nothing we can do about it.
And they'll do face recognition, and then you're like, "Oh, fuck."
I had a boating accident. All my guns sunk. Also,
yeah, if work.
So I think one thing though with the bullet taxation, you're going to see a lot more reloading.
That's true too.
Mm-hmm.
Which
yeah.
I've always been about reloading your own shells, anyways, because that's a way to help clean up the environment.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Who reload, like I don't know of many gun ranges that do this, but a lot of them you can go when they're open, but the range is cold. It's not, or the range is not hot.
Mm-hmm.
So meaning nobody's firing, and you can go dig up all the lead out of the berm in the back that everybody shoots into, melt it down, and make new like actual bullets with them. And then you clean up your brass and all that. But
my only concern is that dumb people are going to do it, and then you're going to have people getting a lot of backfires.
That's a natural consequence.
Yeah. If you're too dumb to measure your powder, then that you deserve to have that happen. Because it is very, very, very easy to measure your powder correctly.
Yeah, but Tim, it's easy not to have a kid, and people still do that.
It's true.
That's true.
Like literally condoms, birth controls, all shit that's free at Planned Parenthood.
Practice your pull-out game. That's free too.
Pull-out game does not work.
Well, practicing implies that while you're practicing, you mess up.
Nah, that's not what it means.
Maybe that's not the best idea.
Well, they do sell those things where you, where it's basically just like the ass of a woman, and you can just practice on that.
Don't those cost money?
Well, yeah, but you could also use a sock, I guess.
Oh my gosh.
Or your sister, I mean.
And we went there.
And we just went there.
Oh God, what's that saying? What's that saying? Oh, help me, stepbro. I think I'm stuck.
Stop it.
I'm stuck in the washer.
Yeah.
Is that what
I'm stuck in the couch.
Stop it. Get some help.
Oh boy. Okay.
Jesus.
I found it a while ago and then was like, nah, you too preachy, bro, and then fucked off.
Did I ever? Okay, I made that. Okay. Well, yeah. I like to take like a 9mm pistol down to the range and just do target shooting. Like, I find pistols fun to do like accuracy target shooting with. Mm-hmm. And that's a really nice tip to just like go down to the gun range and, you know, pick up your brass and ask them if you can pick up the lead, because like I'd hate to have to constantly pay for 9mm ammo.
Well,
when all I'm doing is target shooting.
Christian, here's the problem. You can't find 9mm ammo anywhere.
Yeah, that's a big thing.
So for those of you who don't know, I work at Cabela's. I work in the fishing department, but I deal a lot with the rest of the store as well. And when we get a truck in that has ammunition on it, it's gone in an hour.
Oh yeah, there's been a huge rush ever since Joe Biden got inaugurated.
Even before that. And actually, Cabela's and a lot of other sporting stores are being sued over that, right?
What, over being out of stuff?
For, the limitation of sale of ammunition.
Oh.
So basically what's happening is that Cabela's is doing a Wall Street and basically going, okay, I'm going to make fuck tons of money by taking these bullets and selling them in Montana.
Oh.
Because I am losing a fuck ton of money in California selling 9mm.
That's actually what's happening.
Okay.
Wow, it's almost like I pay attention, Tim.
Well, I don't pay attention to any news. I'm just talking out my ass right now.
I haven't been following where ammunition supplies have been going because I don't think I'm supposed to have a 9mm pistol, but it's in Alaska. So I literally haven't touched a gun in what is it, 5 years now? 4 years?
That
4 years?
sucks.
Yeah, no, it sucks. And guns are not the easiest thing to transport across state lines, and
It's incredibly difficult. You might as well get a concealed carry permit. It'll make it easier.
it will. That's what I'm
And
planning on
actually, if you
doing.
get your so the thing about concealed carry permits is they're like, let's say you get a concealed carry permit in Alaska. It's
Mhm.
only valid in Alaska. There's a website to go on, but certain states, which the tests and everything are harder in, are valid in almost all 50.
Right.
Not all 50, but most. So like California, New York, I think Utah even. If you get one in one of those 3 states, it's valid in way more than just those 3 states.
Oh, that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's good to know. Good to know. My state's on that list.
It might be. I'm not entirely sure.
I'm sure it is because Utah's very pro-gun kind of state.
Well, then it wouldn't be. It's the
dang
anti-gun
it.
states.
Oh, it's the anti-gun states. Oh.
Yeah, like California. That make it way harder and way more expensive.
Oh, it's not Utah then. I'm one of the states where it's easy to get a concealed carry permit. That's right.
Well, in Alaska, you don't even need one.
Mm-hmm.
It's a free carry state, as all states should be, but
Utah they might still be. They used to be a free carry state. Yeah, I remember hearing about permits when I came here because I remember that was the first thing I asked about was, am I going to need to get a permit if I live here permanently? And someone told me, yeah. So
Montana's a free carry state.
maybe I'll move to Montana.
That's cool.
Maybe I'll move to.
I'm down with this,
Havre or
Christian. You
something.
should move to Montana.
I'll move to
it's
Chinook
basically
or
Alaska,
Havre.
but smaller.
That's like
It
6
is
hours away from Billings.
It is basically Alaska, but smaller and much more shitty.
Montana's very pretty though. When you get up to like the really rural areas,
Mm-hmm.
No.
it's pretty.
You're just in the shitty part of Montana. There's prettier parts.
Oh,
I've literally been all over this state.
have you been to Chinook?
Yes.
You
It's
have?
funny they call it Chinook because they don't have
Yeah,
runs
yeah,
of salmon through there.
Yeah, I know. It's a weird name. My brother lives there. There's a funeral home there.
Oh. Actually, Christian, don't move to Montana because I really don't want to come back here after I graduate. I mean,
No,
this is not me dissing on Montanans. I don't know. My overall time here hasn't been great.
Oh yeah, that happens.
I felt that about Oregon, but now kind of grown.
I really
Quick.
like Utah. Utah's grown
Quick,
on me a lot.
Get Tim before he's converted into a liberal.
Well, I won't. I'll never be a liberal. The thing
You say
about
that
Oregon
now.
is, no. The thing about Oregon is, it's just Portland. You
Oh, that's
get an
true.
hour outside of Portland, and it's all farmland and rural.
I've heard about
It's
that.
very red.
It's like super red everywhere else. It's the same way in
Exactly.
Washington. Even like Oak Harbor is a little bit more red than all of Seattle. It's crazy.
Dude, California's the same way. Like
Mhm.
in Northern California, if you're not in the cities, I was doing some driving up there over winter break, and there was literally just Trump 2020 flags
Oh, yeah.
fucking everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
And
man,
it's
Oh, wait. Have you guys heard of the state of Jefferson?
yes, I've been a huge supporter of that. 100%.
So, here's the thing. I'm all cool with DC becoming its own state if we get the state of Jefferson,
Seriously, me too.
because then it's still equal.
If Washington
reason-
D.C. becomes a state, anything goes. Because like Washington D.C. wasn't really intended to be a state, and so
Well, if Washington D.C. becomes a state, they get 2 more senators that are alt left.
yeah, and then
I think Puerto Rico should become a state.
although Washington D.C. senators will more likely be like neoliberals, I don't think they'll be alt left. I might even prefer it if they're alt left because I think less would get done in Congress if they were alt left. Because the vast majority of the people in Washington D.C. are either neoconservatives or neoliberals. I mean, the alt left and like libertarian right population in Congress totals out at like 10 people. So I don't know.
I also find it hilarious that AOC and the Muslim were like in tears.
Omar.
Yeah, in tears at a congressional hearing about how their lives were in danger in the Capitol, quote unquote, attack. Like, really? You honestly think your life was in danger? They were there for the memes and to state their opinions.
Well,
like, fuck off.
They found explosives, but at the same time, neither of them were actually in the Capitol building when those explosives were reportedly planted. So it's like all politics are. It's a bunch of just like posturing for votes and political theater. It's very it's why I don't like pretty much any politicians at all. Except for the ones that I feel are at least somewhat genuine.
The Pauls. Rand and Ron Paul.
I like Ron Paul a lot. I like Rand. I like Bernie Sanders. I like Justin Amash. He's cool. Thomas Massey I like a lot. He's pretty right wing, but I don't know. I think his emphasis on how much the government spends just like gets me going.
I like Crenshaw.
I don't like Crenshaw.
What? Why not?
He was like, because when he ran and when he was like starting to get attention, he's like, I'm that cool, like, more like socially liberal conservative, and I'm like, I'm this cool Republican, I used to be in the military and I'm awesome. And then he comes in and he's just like literally almost instantly a Trump simp. And it was a Trump simp, like just hardcore. And it was like the dude was just eye patch neoconservative, and that's all I could see him as. Sorry, paleoconservative, because that's what Trump technically was. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Dan Crenshaw. Sorry.
Nah, I like him. You should read his book. It's actually very insightful.
What's it called? What? Sucking Trump's Toes? A biography by Dan Crenshaw?
No.
I Look Like a Bond Villain by Dan Crenshaw.
I'd have to go grab it. I have the book. I'd have to go grab it, but no, it's actually really good.
Oh man.
Also, I would like to add
look
that
like a Bond villain.
I'd like to add that I am not going against people with eye patches. I don't think anybody with a disability looks like a Bond villain because they have a disability, but because he's wearing
Jeff.
It's the eye patch.
So I look like a Bond villain because I don't have fingers. Got it. Cool. Thanks, Jeff.
It's not just the eye patch. It's the beard. It's the way he presents himself. It's how fit he is. He looks like a Bond villain.
Christian knows what I'm talking about.
I know
what you're
exactly
talking
what
about.
Jeff's talking about. Dude straight up looks like a Bond villain. One sec. Okay. Just gonna really quickly grab a picture of him. So there we got Dan Crenshaw, right? And then there we go. That's who I'm looking for.
Oh God, what's his name too? He was in a few Bond villain films. He was also in Austin Powers. There was one making fun of him in Austin Powers.
Is it this one?
Uh,
No, I know who Jeff is talking about. It's not him, but it makes sense.
But like maybe like that, or we got. Where's where is he? Here's an illustration of him. I don't know where. An actual picture with the guy with an iPod. Oh, there he is. Shoot.
Emilio Largo.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't look like that guy, but kinda.
Like it's Dan Crenshaw in several years.
I can see it. Dan Crenshaw in several years after he goes and hangs out with Trump in the office for former presidents.
Did he seriously start that?
Yup.
I mean, Biden started the office of president-elect.
I thought that got started back when Obama got elected.
No, that got started with Biden.
Oh. That's so weird. Okay. Shall we move on to the next news story now that we're
Let's
officially
move
off
on.
topic? Let's see. Hogs Pillows. We'll close that out. Okay, so next up, BioWare is attempting to turn Mass Effect into M Effect. To give context, they're removing the some of the more questionable shots of women's asses from the re-release that I'm really excited for of the entire Mass Effect trilogy. So that includes pretty much every scene with Miranda in Mass Effect 2. Like, I'm not even kidding. I remember playing that game the second time over, and it was like every time she entered a scene, all of a sudden, it would break the 180 rule for this. It would just go over to a low angle as she walks in. It was like every time she walked into a room, it was just like, look at Miranda's ass. And so
I know their audience.
I'm not like
okay. I have 2 points on this. One, I actually agree with the decision choice. I think there are times to show dead ass, and there are also times not to show dead ass. And that there's, for example, a scene where Miranda is trying to get her sister helped because her sister is going to be kidnapped by her papa or something like that. I don't quite remember what it was. And like as she's having this heart to heart with Shepard, it just goes in on her ass.
Yeah, it can be really like it like lacks tact sometimes with those scenes. So I'm okay with it, honestly.
I'm also of the strong opinion that we need more Garrus Vakarian ass.
Oh yes, 100%.
They're also getting rid of the multiplayer for that game for Mass Effect 3, which I'm excited for.
Yeah, the multiplayer kind of sucked. So
no, overall, I think it's a step in the right direction because blah blah blah. Ultimate male gamer fantasy, blah blah blah, objectifying women, blah blah blah. I'm running out of buzzwords, blah blah blah.
It's the one time I'm actually with like the really sensitive people that constantly try to, you know, get Japanese games censored, get the journalists that constantly talk about like maybe Dead or Alive 5 should have a censored version in the US so that we don't offend people. And it's like, this is the one time I agree with that group. Because I'm like, it makes sense. Like, Mass Effect is this very, very serious series. There's light comedic moments, but the scenes with Miranda, generally knowing her backstory, aren't very light moments. You know, like I made a joke earlier that I was like, who's playing her her mission line, what for the plot, which is what I played it for. I'm gonna say it. I played for the plot, and that is not a lie, because the writing in that was really good, and I really like her backstory. She's a very tortured. She's a very tortured and emotionally and mentally damaged person, and the fact that like the most memorable thing about her is the way that the director of the cutscenes treated, you know, her when she would walk into a room or something is just like ridiculous to me, because she's actually like a decent character, at least in the second game. I didn't really like her in the third, but
well, she was a brief like pip on the radar kind of thing.
yeah, but like it was just so weird because it felt like they kind of undid some of the character development they did in her like character missions in Mass Effect 2, and I was just like, But
the one thing that I hope they fix is a lot of the game breaking bugs.
Oh, for sure.
So, for example, I got all of the DLC for Mass Effect 2 and 3 the other couple months ago, and I was playing through 2, and I hit this bug with one of the DLC characters, the Katsumi Master Thief, and right at the end, you do her. Oh god, what is it called? It's the missions that you do, her loyalty missions, loyalty mission, and right as you finish the entire mission and are doing the brief little like do 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 thing at the end where you like tells you what you got and everything, right as you're about to get on the Normandy, it just goes to screen black, and then no matter what you do will just stop the game from loading.
Holy crap, that sucks.
And like I was playing through it the other day, and I got to the point where the only quest I had left before I could move on, and you needed a quest to move on, was go through that thing, and no matter what I did, I couldn't fix it. And there's not like an official EA fix. So my hope is to do that. That way I don't have to play through Mass Effect 2 again.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Cause like, yeah, there's just so many glitches with that. Yeah.
But I did enjoy the Katsumi character though. Like I'm glad that I bought all the DLC, just because there's a lot of good DLC.
Oh, especially in Mass Effect 2, it just like, just like completely, like it's actually expansions. You know what I mean? Like those additional characters are just so good.
Yeah. The Zaid one was a little weird.
Saeed, yeah, I wasn't sad when he died because I didn't do the loyalty mission right, and he died at the end. I was just like, whatever.
Yeah, when I did it, Zaid and oh god, the green alien assassin dude. He's like the super cool, slick one. Drell, I think his name was.
Oh yeah.
He died, and I was just like, because all he does in Mass Effect 3 is come back and die. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty much. All right. Well, do we have any other thoughts about Mass Effect?
I don't really have any opinions on Mass Effect because I have not played any of the games.
You haven't played the games.
At this point, you know, it's one of those I'd like to get into, but I just don't want to spend the money on it. You know,
it's really cheap.
Like that's fair.
Really like it could be well worth the money, but I just don't want to spend it.
Okay, I know what to get you for Christmas now.
Fair.
Okay.
I feel like we're gonna need to do like a squad stream where we all play Mass Effect Legendary Edition together.
That'd be sweet.
No, honestly, yeah. That game type is one of my favorite. Like it's one of the few times BioWare doesn't screw up.
Yeah.
All right, Chris, what's the next Moose segment?
So the next thing on the agenda is something that we're going to start doing every week, and it's where we all just kind of look at what's trending on Twitter. So,
God.
Oh no.
Yay for handling noise. Holy crap, sorry about that, y'all. Okay, so I just got to get the Twitter image up. There we go. And we can just leave that there.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. So let me see what my notifications are. Okay, let's see. How do I open up what's trending? There we go.
Dude. You're the one that uses Twitter, not me.
Okay. So first up, Christopher Plummer dies at the age of 91.
Oh, I saw that today.
Sound of Music and more recently Knives Out.
Yeah, I know who he is, Jeff.
Oh, that's really sad.
Famous for a musical, so press F to doubt.
No, he was in Sound of Music. Everybody knows Sound of Music.
Yeah.
He was the dad, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just because I hate musicals doesn't mean I don't know musicals.
I'm pretty sure Mead made us watch. No, he had me do a presentation on Sound of Music. That's what it was.
I hate
Rodgers
sports,
and Hammerstein.
I don't know sports.
Well, then you don't truly hate sports. You must know what it is to hate it.
Do you, though?
You're just not interested. There is a difference.
But, like, Jeff, you know who LeBron James is, right?
Basketball?
Yes.
Wow, I was impressed. I guessed. I actually thought he was football.
It's like the same kind of thing. Like Tim's not into musicals, but he knows who Christopher Plummer is. I mean, he's also in other movies. He was in Knives Out. So
that one I've actually heard is pretty good.
I need to see it.
But yes, it's unfortunate. We've lost another great from a bygone age.
I know. It's just happening. You know, people.
There was another lady that died today who was also not.
Huh.
Or actress, I should say.
Yeah, we just like. I don't know. It's just like everything's temporary. You know, like life is not forever, and people die.
You know, I'm okay with. There's part of me that's like, I'm okay with other people dying, but I wouldn't mind living forever.
Nah.
I'm the opposite. I would never want to just like live to see everyone I know and love to just like die off and constantly have to say goodbye. It would, after a while, just get tiring.
You'd be like Dracula.
That's why you just don't make connections with people and live a happy life. It's what I do, Christian.
That's true.
At least not anymore.
Okay. So moving on to the next thing. Hashtag Elon Doge is trending. Let's see what this is about.
Invest big in Dogecoin or something?
Elon's been saying that Dogecoin is his favorite cryptocurrency, and so that's probably why it's surging again. I mean, Elon, I have to say this. It would be great to be someone like Elon Musk, because what I would do is just like put a bunch of money into like a penny stock, or a bunch of money into like Dogecoin, or a bunch of money into some random cryptocurrency, and then just tweet about it. And all of a sudden, I've tripled my investment.
But Christian, that's what we're getting mad at about the hedge funders. That's literally what they're doing.
I know, but Elon Musk is doing it too, but with cryptocurrency. He did it with Bitcoin. It surged to like $40,000 when he tweeted about it.
It's still market manipulation. That's still what we're trying to fight.
I know. But I'm saying it would be great to be in that position where you could do that, because you could just get all the money you want. But I wouldn't do it.
The problem is that the stock market is so massively involved in everything, and everything is market manipulation. I mean, fucking when the McRib comes out, every McDonald's stock like sextuples in money. Because everybody wants the goddamn McRib. That's the problem with our current financial system.
No, but See, there's a difference in that, though. There's an actual product being given. That would be like saying, oh, when a company unveils a new product, that's market manipulation. No, it's not. They're unveiling a new product. Just
Except
because
that
you're smart, just because you're smart enough to get on the train early and buy stock in it before it goes up does not mean it's market manipulation. That's just reading and gambling on the stock market. What the hedge funders are doing is actual fucking thievery. They're trying to plummet a stock market to to incite a panic buy, and then tank it again to incite a panic sell, so that they can sell it at a high and buy it at a low.
But like the difference is that like while they like basically tell like Robinhood and Fidelity Investments and all these people to limit what can be bought and have them give like bullcrap exclusives like because of market volatility, that happens. But all Elon Musk does is tweet like, "Oh, I really like this cryptocurrency," and just hope that all of his fans suddenly invest what he really likes. And so, I don't know.
I almost feel like that one's different, though, because yes, he is benefiting from it, but I feel like his fans are also benefiting from it as well.
Well, people who invest in the coin and stuff, and maybe he like, there's reason to like Bitcoin. You know what I mean? There's reason to kind of like Dogecoin. It's just like a funny cryptocurrency, but yeah.
Because you're a fascist.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
that's exactly
cool,
what I am.
I still think it's hilarious how I'll never forget this, sitting in Mr. Mead's classroom in high school, sophomore, and this kid comes in, he's like, bruh, you'll never believe what just happened last night. I'm like, what? Which girl this time? And he's like, no. I bought a pizza with Bitcoin. I'm like, what the fuck is Bitcoin? He's like, it's cryptocurrency, man. It is the currency of the future. You should get in on it now. It's like 50 cents per Bitcoin or something, or 5 cents per Bitcoin. I'm like, no, that sounds stupid. No, that's dumb.
Now
and
it's like
we get Bitcoin
now. That's why you should always listen to the weed kids in high school.
Oh man. Okay, so the next thing that's yeah.
No, go ahead. I wasn't going to say anything important.
Oh, okay. The next thing's trending is Binance. I'm just gonna skip over that because that's just like the same thing. It's just a popular cryptocurrency trading app. That's about it.
But if you use if you're in the United States, you have to use a VPN to change your IP to be able to join. Because they will not. Right now, they're not letting anybody in America join it right now.
It's because of U.S. legislation on crypto trading. And it has something to do with the way the U.S. dollar is and stuff. Because it's a fiat currency.
That just sounds like government involvement in a free market.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Okay. Next thing I have up here is COVID-19 news and updates for Utah. We're gonna skip that. Dita Von Teese addresses allegations against ex-husband Marilyn Manson.
Excuse me?
Marilyn Manson was accused of abuse, and she released a statement.
Well, why would he abuse her when he can suck it?
I don't know. But I don't really care about Marilyn Manson. I never listened to his music. I was never really a fan of his, and so...
Well, it's because we weren't stare kids.
That's true.
Fair. Also, do you know what abuse means, Tim?
I am well aware of what abuse means.
Okay.
I was making a joke about how everybody thinks he removed his lower two ribs so that he can be able to suck his own dick.
So they can give himself a blowjob. Yeah.
I feel like that floor gummy's kicking in.
It probably is.
Trending in the United States, "We Love You" Dream.
What?
I think PewDiePie shouted out Dream? I don't know. I don't
All right,
care. It's
Who-
stupid
who
YouTube.
slash what is Dream?
He's a Minecraft YouTuber that Dream fans won't like shut the hell up about. So we're gonna shut the hell up about it because I do not want to hear about Dream no more.
I love how that just sounds like a really shitty post. What is Dream?
What is Dream? Who
Yep.
is Dream?
See what else is next.
Dude,
Ridiculousness.
we're gonna get canceled by Dream subscribers.
Oh my gosh. What? Oh my gosh, I'm sending these to you guys. I'm showing them on the stream. This is insane. Okay, this is the next thing that's trending. Look, this is MTV's weekly schedule.
Oh no.
What is it?
It's MTV's weekly schedule, and it's just the TV show ridiculousness, like
Oh my
all
God.
over the place. Just throughout the whole week. All day Sunday, my dude. All day
That is
Sunday.
hilarious. I also love how all ridiculousness is equals 3, but less Ray William Johnson.
Yeah, pretty much.
They're also playing Bad Boys and Bad Boys 2 on Monday. The Devils Wear Prada on Tuesday. Mean Girls and Identity Thief on Wednesday. Hitler's Bodyguard, Rush Hour 2, and Rush Hour 3. Or no, Rush Hour 2 twice. Jersey Shore Family Vacation for an hour. And then they're playing Rush Hour 2. Okay, it is Rush Hour 2 and Rush Hour 3 on Thursday. And Rush Hour 2 and Rush Hour 3 on Friday.
Wednesday's the funniest to me. They open up
on Monday. Being the follow-up.
It's so cursed. This is a cursed image.
Monday, ridiculousness is like just like over and over again. Then Bad Boys 2, Bad Boys again, Bad Boys 2, and then just ridiculous all the way till 5:30 the next morning. And then Tuesday's even worse because you get a little spot of Teen Mom. And then you get Catfish towards the end of the like 3 a.m. to 5:30. And then Wednesday opens up with Catfish, goes to Teen Mom OG, not like any other ones. Identity Thief, Mean Girls, Ridiculousness, like almost all the way down. Oh man, this is amazing.
Although, mind you, I will say that Identity Thief is surprisingly a funny movie.
Oh man.
I just, how much ridiculousness do you need in your life?
I don't know about you, but that's pretty ridiculous.
Saturday's like, what? Isn't Saturday one of the most important days in television? Isn't that like the day that you like show stuff? Why is almost all of it ridiculous except for an hour of fresh out playlist really early in the morning? That doesn't make any sense to me.
I mean, it's MTV. They haven't made sense in years.
Remember when MTV used to actually show music videos? Because I do.
Oh man, I'm retweeting
I think my
that.
favorite MTV show was Pimp My Crib, Pimp My Ride and something Crib.
And MTV Cribs were the best shows.
Those were the best ones.
We need MTV to go back to being music television.
Weren't they also extreme sports?
Oh, but if they like sports.
I think they did.
Hey,
They did Viva La Bam. That was a good show. Viva La Bam was good. What next is trending? Police sees 60 million worth of Bitcoin from man who won't give up his password. That's stupid. Nice. Mewtwo's trending. Hashtag we had sex and now is trending. Let's see what this is about. We
I
had
don't know if I
we
wanna
had
know what
sex
that's
and now
about.
I'm falling asleep, and she's calling a cab while he's having a smoke, and she's taking a drag.
Eh.
So that one is also like memes on the internet where it's like they had a lot of TikToks of it for a while where it
Oh,
was we just banged and now he's playing Mario Kart with the boys or something.
one of my favorite ones. One of my favorite ones is he just came in me and now he's playing old school RuneScape. It's like a
Yeah,
Snapchat.
that one was good.
And it's like an actual picture, and the dude's like sitting at his desk, and he's in his underwear and stuff, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this might be real.
If that's
Oh,
not
man.
how I live my life one day, I'm doing it wrong.
Oh, Square Enix is trending. What about?
Although I do want to listen to that song again now. I haven't listened to that song in years.
Mr. Brightside,
Oh,
it is a banger.
I'm so glad you told me that because I forgot the name.
it's a good song. Did you know that the guy that wrote it is a Mormon?
Of course he
Mormons.
is.
They
Yep,
do
Brandon
all good
Flowers is
things
a
for
Mormon.
rock.
Well, he's
Frontman
not
of the
being
Killers.
well. Having premarital sex isn't very mortal Mormon of. God damn it.
Yeah, he
Well,
was.
that's why we have sins and confessions, Tim. We're all weak humans.
Yeah, his newest album is actually about that. Fun fact.
You know, confession is just a Catholic thing, right?
It's no. Like
I don't know.
his new album's about like sinning and kind of falling away from his faith, falling away from his
From
deity, and having to come back. It's a really good
from
album. I highly recommend
well,
it.
his fallout from his great god Mormo.
Yeah.
Uh,
I like how Christian doesn't even fight that anymore. Yeah, that's who it is. It's Mormo.
Yeah.
well, it's basically like when you get all upset about us making memes about you fucking dogs. It's only because you get upset about it that we keep making those memes.
Facts.
And now that's in the internet forever. Thanks, Jeff.
Yeah, you're welcome.
My gosh.
I
Okay.
fuck my guinea pig, you fuck your dog. It's on the internet.
Oh my gosh.
I
Okay, so
forgot
moving on.
about that.
Moving on from we had sex and now, we're going to GTA 6 is trending. Apparently, there's a leak. Who cares? Sesame Street is trending. Big Bird specifically.
Yeah, so have you seen that?
Oh.
What did they do to Big Bird? They already fucked
So
up Cookie
There's
Monster.
different Big Birds in every
In
country.
different countries, and they're different colors too.
Oh.
Orange is Turkish, green is Mexico.
There's an orange one from Portugal as well.
There's a blue one in England, I think.
There's another blue one in Brazil. Garibaldo. I butchered that because I don't speak the Portuguese.
Portuguese.
It's basically the same thing as Spanish, anyways.
Very similar.
I just insulted two countries.
Someone made a whole cute little drawing. Aw.
I mean, from a linguistic standpoint, they are very similar.
Is there a
but
Korean
so is
one?
English from a linguistic standpoint.
I'm
We're
looking
just
up
like-
Korean Big Bird.
Oh, they're basically English and
Nope.
Spanish
no
are
Korean
like kissing cousins.
one. Yeah, kinda.
Well, what does that make German and English?
Kissing cousins because they're both actually, because isn't the Germanic languages not based out of Latin?
The Germanic.
Germanic's not based on Latin. It's based off of like the
I should know this. I just took linguistics.
what the people that were in Northern Europe were speaking before the Romans came rolling in. Like Norse type languages, as far as I know. Same goes with like Anglo-Saxon languages.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That combined with like Latin and Greek to turn into English, but Anglo-Saxon was very different. And then Yeah, then Latin, just has a hand in everything essentially.
That's
Pretty
because the
much
Romans
anything.
fucked everyone.
Yep. I know a lot more
Basically
about
anything.
Asian linguistics. So.
Yeah, that doesn't all of that basically just come from China?
Kinda, but you might offend some
China was
people if
like
you
the
say
big
that.
dick boy. China was like the big dick boy of its area. Like
Basically.
Rome was Europe's big dick boy. The Ottoman Empire was Asia's or Middle East big dick boy,
Mm-hmm.
and then uh, China was the Asian big dick boy.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much. But
Like literally all cultures over there are based off of China.
be careful what you say to Koreans and Japanese like that, because they might misinterpret it as a talking point a lot of Chinese use, which is like right now there's a big argument going on over the origins of kimchi, and because Chinese people say that it came from China, it genuinely pisses me off. But what some
No, that's a
Chinese say
Korean thing.
is the Koreans may have invented kimchi, but it's technically ours because we invented Korea, which is like the most which is the most pretentious, pompous bullcrap I've ever heard in my entire life.
I think that's my new favorite talking point now.
It
They
legitimately
might have
makes me
created
mad.
that, but we created them.
Yeah,
That's like
I hate
England
it.
saying, "I like," America may have invented freedom, but I've created them. So
Yeah, it'd be like them trying to take credit for like barbecue, like Southern barbecue. Like Americans might have invented Southern barbecue, but we invented America. It's like it's the same exact concept.
that would be interesting. I've never had like barbecued fish or cabbage.
Or
I tried barbecued
beans.
How have you not had
barbecued
fish?
beans on toast?
No, I mean like smothered in barbecue sauce.
Oh yeah.
I've had grilled fish. Barbecue doesn't mean on the grill.
What if we just put like a crap ton of cheddar, a crap ton of sour cream, like a crap ton of barbecue sauce, like anything American imaginable, and put it on top of beans on toast?
I feel like that would be awful.
It would be disgusting, but it'd be the marriage of English and American cuisines that this world needs. It'd create unity.
Well, Christian, if you remember the article we did about the 50 states and their food culture, I mean, barbecue bad.
Apparently.
I mean, I don't like some barbecue. Like, I'm gonna get very controversial here in the barbecue world, but I'm not a big fan of Texas barbecue.
I mean, to each their own.
Yeah.
Like for me, it's for a lot of barbecue. In fact, it literally just feels like the more barbecue sauce and the more burnt it is, the better it is.
I mean, that would be like me saying musicals are all about making things dramatic, but okay.
Well, okay. What for the most part? Like I'm talking very specific things. Like smoked brisket is the bomb, but there's like St. Louis ribs that are just smothered in barbecue sauce, and I prefer my ribs with a dry rub.
Yeah.
And I'm not knocking on their ribs because I bet you they're amazing for that area because every food has like its own history and why it's that way. I mean, I'm assuming like beans on toast came from like kids being on the dole.
Probably.
Speaking of dole, don't ever buy their fruit.
Yeah, aren't they like evil?
Because
they're extremely evil. They basically
like one of the most evil companies in the world.
Yes. Do you know how Hawaii became a state?
Dole.
Yeah, because the Dole Fruit Company fucking overthrew the king of Hawaii.
That's right.
Why do you think Latin America is so fucked up today?
It's
because Dole kept. Yeah, Dole literally kept interfering in their elections and getting dictators elected so that they could keep buying and selling their fruit. or buying their fruit at extremely low prices and make a mint.
So yeah, don't buy Dole fruit.
If it has the Dole logo, don't go. Yo. I tried. I tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, it didn't even matter. Speaking of Linkin Park, we finished the trending tab.
Christian, I think you did a good job so far. From my understanding, Real Moon Hours is about literally just being a fever dream.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what this feels like.
Exactly. He gets it. He gets it. Everyone invest in Jeff.
And Rest and JF.
AMC is out. Jeff is in. Bye,
with
bye,
diamond
bye.
hands.
Oh, man.
That should be my election campaign. Is invest
in Jeff with diamond hands.
No, because then my re-election campaign would be hold with diamond hands.
Invest in Jeff with the diamond hands.
I don't like that.
Did I time that right?
Yeah, it felt like a pterodactyl scream though.
Oh, it's supposed to be like the anime realization noise.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nani?
So we're gonna close these images, and then we're gonna move on to our general discussion. And my two friends here, my co-host Tim and my permanent guest Jeff, they won't be able to hear the audio of this video, but I will, and you guys will. I present the topic of discussion: the gay pajamas scene from the anime Ghost Stories.
Are you sure you're not gonna die? Are you talking about the piano ghost?
Oh, it's a good thing I'm playing video games then, because I do have your stream.
Why are you still crying? Because these pajamas are gay.
Okay. Yeah, I love that.
So Christian, explain what that is.
Yes.
Because it is so great.
I'm
so happy it's a thing.
If I must be so obliged.
Touch me harder.
Yeah, so allow me to explain the legend of Ghost Stories. So Ghost Stories was this children's anime made back in, let me look it up one sec.
Back in the summer of '69.
Ghost Stories anime. Let's see. So Ghost Stories, Gakko no Kaiden, or School Ghost Stories, also known as Ghosts of School, was based off of a book, and came out. Let's see, when did it come out? The original run was in 2000 to 2001. And what ended up happening was it just flopped. It was so bad. Nobody liked it over in Japan. And the studio that made it just sent it right over to the producers of like anime dubs at the time. One of the companies that did it. And they basically told them, like, keep the plot, keep, minor and major character names, but you can do whatever you want with the localization, because we do not care about this anime anymore. We don't care about its success. We don't care about its failure. We've already lost money on it. So this company gets this, like, on a deal, and the writers decided to just turn it into this absolutely insane dark comedy series that just, like, is just, like, ridiculous. And I've just been seeing the clips of it, like, just show up in my recommended lately. Like, I've known about the series. I've known about the series for a while, but lately it's just been, like, showing up on YouTube. And so it's been on my mind. I got the entire series on my computer. I gotta send it to Tim, because he's actually gonna work on a little series, maybe, probably, about it. Which is exciting. But
YouTube poop it.
it's like it's the most insane thing in the world. Like one of my favorite lines is this girl is talking about how her and this rabbit can never be together at the end of this like really climactic scene. She goes, "It's not because you're a rabbit, but
it's
because you're
because
black."
You're black.
And the funniest thing is that these actors go hard. Like, these voice actors go as hard as they possibly can on these absolutely ridiculous lines. Like, there's a running gag where the kid's teacher is just like ridiculously horny, and she's sleeping with one of the other teachers, and she just constantly talks about wanting to have sex with that other teacher, like, all the time. That's all she ever talks about. And it's just hilarious. It's just like the juxtaposition of this like cutesy supernatural horror anime from, you know, back in the 2000s to kids, you know, getting talked to by their, getting called like sluts by their teachers. It's just like the funniest thing. It's legitimately like the funniest thing I've ever seen.
You've never been called a slut by your teacher? I feel like we did one of the same.
Not when I was in elementary school.
Oh, I definitely did.
Damn. Well, that's fun.
Press X to doubt.
I've been a horny bastard since I was young.
Press X to doubt.
Oh no, that was definitely a bullshit story, but it's funny.
It is funny. It's definitely funny. But yeah, I'm just like I'm gonna watch it probably tonight after the stream's over, and I'm just gonna revel in the comedy. But yeah.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of that early 90s show called Stargate recently.
Ooh.
And I have like only 7 episodes left in the entire series.
Nice. I still need to watch that.
Dude, it is so good. Honestly, everything after season 9 is kind of whack, but... Or not season 9, season 8, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the whole religious undertones is just whack.
Is there a bunch of religious undertones?
It's Scooby-Dooby-Dooby like that.
Is there like a lot of mysticism? Is there Taoism, isn't it? So like Christian symbolism like and Taoism?
So so most of it's like foreign religions. That's just because that's what the big bad guys are based off of.
Oh.
Like the first big bad guys you meet are like Anubis, Ra, so on. But then in the last couple seasons, they talk about the Ori, who are just basically Christians. I mean, they literally go on a crusade when you first.
Fuck yeah. Crusades. I love me some crusades.
Man, that sounds right up my alley. I love religion. I love theology. I study theology for fun, and so that'd be cool. As long as it's like, you know, not unfair to particular religions. Sounds like it could be.
It definitely has like anti-Christian vibes.
Okay, that makes sense for a sci-fi show.
Like literally, the main character is a woman who is, or not the main character of the show, but like their version of a divine deity that came to Earth is literally immaculate conception from a woman by said deities.
So it's Zeus. Zeus has been at it again.
Oh, sorry. I'm like, Zeus wasn't in a... oh, God, what is that word?
Benevolent?
That's not the right word. But he and Mama and Daddy fucked.
That they did.
No. Never mind. Don't
they go to Atlantis at some point?
Yes, there's actually an entire series that's based off of Atlantis.
That's right.
That's the next one that I'm gonna watch. But no, there's good mythology too. Although I think it's a little poignant that all of the bad guys are African American races and all of the good guys are Anglo-Saxon races.
Ooh,
Like the
yikes.
good guy aliens are called like Thor and how oh god, what's the guy's name? Not Denzel Washington. Oh god, he's my favorite black guy in Hollywood right now.
Morgan Freeman?
No. He's the younger guy. He did Pacific Rim.
Oh, now you lost me because I never saw that film.
Oh. Oh god, why can't I remember his name? But anyways, uh what was I talking about?
You're talking about Stargate and how it's racist.
Oh yeah. So like so all the good guys are like Asgard names and all the bad guys are like Ra and Anubis and so on or Ball. And I just thought it was very interesting that that's the parallel but that I drew, but they probably didn't even think about it that way back in the day. Like they
Yeah.
probably looked at the gods and who was the most benevolent out of all of them. It was generally Norse gods that were benevolent.
Yeah, it's gonna be yikes for me, dog.
And then the Anubis and them were Maleficent.
Huh?
Hmm?
I don't know. I wasn't actually going for me.
Oh.
See if that was the right word.
Maleficent?
Benevolent.
Malevolent.
Malevolent. There we go. Malevolent.
That's phenomenon.
Do. Malevolent.
It's not the right word. It's phenomenon.
But yeah, 10 out of 10 would recommend.
Okay.
I'll have to check it out.
I'm actually in like my 4th or 5th rewatch of Neon Genesis right now.
Oh, nice. Are you liking that?
It's interesting. I'm not gonna say I like it, but I'm not gonna say I dislike it either.
Okay.
I watched a couple seasons of that and was just kind of like, this is too child sexy for me.
That is a very weird vibe that it does give off, and I'm not a fan of it.
I mean, why do you think so many people's like white waifus are this 14-year-old German girl?
No. I don't know, man, though. Miss Misato, like the lady that's charged of taking care of all of them. Yeah. She's kind of hot. She kind of does it for me.
I don't know, man.
You saying she can get it?
I'm not saying yes or no. I'm just saying I'd consider it.
Man, I don't know what you're talking about. Blue Exorcist has the best anime teacher in all existence.
I don't think I've seen that. Blue Exorcist?
Yeah, hold on. Let me pull up a meme. Blue Exorcist anime titties.
Oh boy.
Excuse me? What did you just search?
I'm just gonna look up the teacher.
There's a lot of teachers.
Is she the one with the red hair?
Yeah. Oh god, what's her name?
Well, I see a cosplay here. Yeah, okay.
I feel like that's why Jeff would go to Comic-Con, is for all the girls in their anime TT cosplays.
Of course they would. Of course he would.
No, because as many great anime Comic-Con shit titties there are.
Shitties, maybe?
Oh, there you go. There's like 100 other bad ones where it's like, I'm a big dude, so
I'm gonna dress up as Sailor Moon.
Okay, that's way better than where I was going. But yeah, that proves my point beautifully. I'm a 400-pound girl, and I'm gonna dress up as fucking Sailor Moon. No, dress up as Jabba the Hutt. It's funny. It's classic. Everybody likes you for it.
All right, Christian, if you don't put up on your stream a picture of Jabba the Hutt cosplay, I'm gonna be very upset.
Right after I put this up. Just one moment. Just one moment. Just one Memento.
What are you doing up here, goofball?
Just one moment.
What are you doing over there, you fatty? You sleeping
yeah,
on
like-
your food bowl?
Oh man. Oh man. Yeah. But
Oh yeah,
dude
man.
dressed up in Sailor Moon, right? Am I right? Or am I right? You know, dude dressed up as Sailor Moon. There's a dude dressed up as Sailor Moon.
I mean, I feel like that's just
Yeah,
for the
that's my-
memes.
That still proves my point, though. And it's like, no, dress up as Jabba the Hutt. I mean, that's just the first one that comes to mind. I think there are other fat protagonists out there.
You mean antagonists?
Jabba the Hutt was obviously an antagonist.
Here we go.
Yes.
No, a protagonist. That word.
He wasn't a protagonist.
He was obviously the good guy in that series.
There's a
Nice.
Jabba the Hutt cosplay.
I mean, I think
I love the guy cosplaying as Leia, though. That is
Along with that-
amazing.
Look at the super buff Leia. Oh man, it's like a super.
You know
It's
what?
like this bodybuilder. Oh man.
You know what? I am all for super buff Leia. Make it happen, George Lucas and Disney.
Make Picard gay. Just make him gay already. Gosh.
I don't know. It's pretty well established that he's really into women.
That's true. Make him bi. You know.
There you go.
Make it bisexual.
No, Jeff, that doesn't matter. Straight white man bad, remember? That's what the liberals keep telling us.
But being bi doesn't mean you're straight, Tim.
No, I was trying to go along with Christian's point.
To make Picard gay.
Yes.
Make Picard gay. That's another Plinkett reference you guys won't get because you guys don't watch Red Letter Media.
Shitty memes.
Red Letter Media is really good though. You guys should watch their stuff. It's great.
Is that like saying you're
May?
No.
Mimi?
Starbright Unicorn from My Little Pony needs to be preserved in a cum jar. Like, come on.
You mean Rainbow Dash? I can't believe. Oh my gosh! Why did I just admit to knowing that detail? Why? Oh my gosh! I have so much.
Because you walked right into Jeff's trap.
I have so much internet-induced brain damage that I just walk into stuff like that. Oh.
Brain damage.
Oh, and for the people watching at home, don't look up the Rainbow Dash cum jar. That's just don't. I'm not putting it up on the screen.
No, I'll do it.
It's absolutely disgusting. Not gonna lie.
But absolutely in the worst ways.
Yep. Absolutely in the worst ways. 100%. Talking about in the worst way. Speaking of when in the worst ways, this is a terrible segue into our
Is this the music one?
music segment.
Mm.
So the way this segment works, since this is the first episode, I should explain these segments. We just got to do with like the news and the topic of the week. Now we're moving on to a quick little music segment, and I want to open it up with, what have you guys been listening to this week? And I asked everyone to kind of send me like what album or artist they were listening this week, that they kind of just want to talk real briefly about. So, if it's all right if I start, I have a couple that I've been listening this week, and I think you guys can guess what it is.
Weezer?
It
Peanut
is
butter
in
on
fact
Weezer?
the new Weezer album, Okay Human. Now I'm working on a review of it, so I don't want to talk about it too much. Can't play it on here because I'll get murked by the Twitch police. But it's a very good album. It's
cancel the Twitter police.
It's Baroque rock. Lots of strings, lots of horns, lots of piano, lots of like classical sounds put to
Oh,
this
so you
kind of
mean
like
Queen?
alternative rock pop kind of structure, and it just sounds so good, and the lyrics are really deeply personal. Rivers has gotten like the most personal he's ever gotten in like his entire career on this record. And it's just an album about kind of the human experience. It's an album about isolation. It's an album about kind of technology and social media's effects on our lives. It's an album about kind of a lot of people's propensity to be like kind of sad a lot of the time. It's just like a really good album. There's just like a really good concept. I was just completely blown away by like how good it is. Like it feels like I woke up in this insane fever dream where Weezer's actually making good music for the first time
At
in like
least
6 years.
For the first time in ever.
Huh?
For the first time in literally ever.
Oh, you shush. You didn't even like Blue Album. You party pooper. That's okay.
I'll poop in your party. I like pooping in parties.
To each their own. But along with this, again, this is Weezer. What I've been listening to a lot this week, and I actually want to recommend to anyone listening, anyone listening that really likes like Weezer's older music, and Weezer's more heavy guitars, very like rock and roll style Weezer, is the Rivers Cuomo Alone 11 bundle of demos available on riverscuomo.com. It's this huge thing of demos, but it comes with all these awesome songs that I again probably shouldn't play here because I don't want to get it like a cease and desist or anything like that. But they're like these amazing songs. I recommend Gravity Will Bring You Down, Tower of Babel, Everybody Needs Salvation, Ain't Got Nobody. Just like these great guitar heavy alternative rock songs. They're just amazing. So I highly recommend that. It's only $9 and you get at least like probably like a 2 CD, 3 CD album size worth of actual music. And then on top of that you get like little riff recordings, you get like voice notes and stuff like that. You get to learn about the songwriting process just by going through it, and it's just really, really cool. But anyways, enough with that. Tim wants to talk about a new album that just dropped today.
I think it dropped today. I'm not too sure, but I just found it today. It's the new album Medicine at Midnight by the Foo Fighters. And,
another modern legend.
Oh yeah, for sure. What was that, Jeff?
Nothing. Hey Alexa, play Foo Fighters. It's a meme you wouldn't get.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah, well, because I only get good memes, so.
Daddy.
No, you're just not aware. It's like saying with his nubs. Nobody's gonna get that reference.
With his nubs.
It's a funny meme, but nobody's gonna get that reference.
Or
Yeah, I mean,
anyways, Foo Fighters.
So I've been a fan of the Foo Fighters for a long time, and like I said, I literally right before the podcast found this new album, and I gave it a little bit of a listen beforehand, and I really liked it a lot. It definitely for me brings back the old Foo Fighters kind of deal, their old sound. It sounds like this album to me sounds a lot like what was their album in 2014?
Didn't they do Belieber?
No, stop it. get some help.
Oh no, that was the Imagine Dragons. Sorry.
Let's look at their albums. Oh,
What did Foo Fighters do? Hold on, Spotify. You're gonna tell me. What did Foo Fighters do?
I can't find it.
I'll look it up.
Oh, Sonic Highways.
Yeah.
It sounds to me a lot like that one, and that was probably one of, if not my favorite album by the Foo Fighters. I actually have it on vinyl,
Nice.
and I love it. But yeah, it was a really good album, and I enjoyed it a lot. Some other things I've been listening to, I've been really getting into lo-fi hip hop, which is always a banger. If you've ever listened to any of my, or if you've ever been on any of my streams, that's what I play in the background, and I have a little like my ending credits screen is just I play the streamer lo-fi playlist on Spotify, and at the end of my stream for the last like 15-20 minutes I'll just have that playing song after song after song, just to kind of give everyone at home like a chill, I mean, I know I stream late at night, so after like especially like Rocket League stream or a Rugby 20 stream where I'm super energetic and hyped, it's kind of like, a super chill, kind of just relax you, slow you down, and get you ready to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Dwarven Metal, because who doesn't love Dwarven Metal?
Dwarven Metal. Hell yeah.
Tim, has anybody said that you'd make a good audiobook voice?
No, but it's something I've thought about.
You have a good audiobook voice, but not like an exciting one. Like one to make you fall asleep, but in a good way.
You should do audiobooks.
You know, if I was better at reading aloud, I'd probably... It's a skill I need to work on if I want to be a teacher.
Audiobooks would be pretty dope.
What? Drugs.
Sex, drugs, rock and roll.
Dude, yeah, I'm excited. I'm taking a class about that this semester. It's gonna be a good
sweet.
time.
So, Jeff, what have you been listening to?
I have such a hard time pinpointing what I listen to generally, and sometimes it's random. Like there was a time that I discovered The Who, not like WHO, but HU.
Oh, I love The Who.
Yeah, I discovered them and literally listened to them all summer. But then I always fall back onto my old classics, which is what I've been doing a lot recently, of like sea shanties, and like it's kind of like topical, not topical, precedented. The timing's really good because sea shanties are popular on TikTok.
Oh yeah,
it would be topical.
Topical. And then I always fall back to like the classic big band of like Frank Sinatra, especially if I'm making like Italian for dinner. And then I've been doing a lot more reading recently just because the semester started back up. So I've been doing a lot of lo-fi as well. The one that generally helps me a lot is like the Avatar: The Last Airbender lo-fi. That stuff is really good.
Jeff, look up Chilled Cow on YouTube.
They're pretty good.
They have a great like live radio for like studying.
My problem is like there only certain sounds get me to studying, like because I can't listen to lo-fi hip hop and get anything done just because it distracts me. But I think it might be like the middle or not Middle Eastern, the Asian vibes that Avatar: The Last Airbender has with all the bells and the ding 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 ding. It just keeps my brain relaxed and focused.
That makes sense.
Although there was an album. Oh, the new Black Eyed Peas album wasn't half bad.
Oh yeah.
Of all bands, I did not think he would be a Black Eyed Peas fan.
I like them better without Fergie.
I can see it.
So Jeff hates women?
Jeff hates women.
No, I just hate Fergie.
So Jeff hates women.
Jeff hates women. I bet you hate Cardi B too.
I don't like any pop though. It's not a gendered thing there.
So Jeff hates not only women but activism. Got it. Okay.
No, I don't hate the NFL.
But you do because you said you hate sports.
The NFL isn't a sport.
It is WWE.
It is
so.
WWE, Tim.
Hmm?
It is
NFL.
WWE.
It is.
NFL is the wussy version of like football. American football is the wussy version of rugby.
It is 100%. 100%.
It's rugby
Christian gets
with
it.
rules and pads and safety and
I mean,
stuff
it's
like
sad
that.
when rugby, which is by Americans considered like American football's younger cousin, like rugby's more popular than football on like a world stage.
It's extremely popular. It's more popular than basketball. It's more popular than baseball even.
That's because it's played on an international stage.
Mm-hmm.
Baseball's played on an international stage.
I would say a semi-international stage.
Yeah, like national teams don't play against each other frequently.
But in rugby, national teams play against each other year-round, every year.
Not even soccer has that.
If that's the case, then wow, there's not really a big... Wow, your definition of that then is like... So, for example, there's a sport... it's with the ball. The British invented it, but the Indians perfected it.
Oh, cricket?
Cricket. I've talked about this before, but by that point, cricket is on the same level as soccer then.
Yeah. I've never argued on that.
Well,
you're absolutely right.
Soccer doesn't have national teams playing against each other year-round, but every 4 years they play against each other. Well, 2 years, technically, if you count the women.
I think you mean 2 years, technically, if you count the men, because the men suck.
Oh, yeah, the men suck. Well, no. Brazil's pretty good. Brazil men's team, South Korean men's team, German men's team, Japanese men's team, Iran,
literally anybody.
Qatar. It's just the American team that's not very good.
Yeah, I was about to say.
The American women's team, though, is incredible.
Kicks ass.
Absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. Oh my gosh, they're so good. I love soccer. I'm a big fan of the Salt Lake Real. The Real Salt Lake, I mean.
What about the Utah Barbarians, Christian?
But nobody likes Barbadukes, Tim.
The Utah Barbarians. The Major League Rugby team. And
real
it's
soccer
Major League
team?
Rugby. No, it's rugby.
Oh, it's rugby.
Mm-hmm.
I was making a joke.
If I had to get into a sport, I think, not like as in to play, I'm too big for sports. I would say that soccer would be the one, just because it's like one of those that it could be used as the great unifier.
Yeah, I like soccer a lot.
It's all right.
It's fun to play. It's fun to watch.
I just feel like, for me, rugby is the one that like takes the cake as number one for me. And it's because of the community.
Mm.
You know, rugby is a very if you're not respectful to the other team, that's like you're breaking the number one rule of rugby. You know?
Yeah.
I've never seen another sport where you go on the field for 80 minutes and beat the shit out of each other and then go have beers together and laugh and sing and cheer. Like, I've never seen that in any other sport.
Yeah, I got mad respect for that.
You get two hockey teams to a bar after a game, and there's going to be a bench brawl started.
Fight, yeah. Same goes with basketball. Holy crap. Some of those people hate each other.
Do they actually hate each other, or do they just do it for the publicity?
LeBron James had like a 3 year long feud with a guy. Because the guy stepped over him.
That's just LeBron though, and he's a crybaby.
He kind of is.
It's not kind of. He just is.
Sometimes people have difficulty getting along on teams. Like, I remember if I remember right, Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant didn't get along right away.
Well, Kobe Bryant wouldn't let, or no, it was Kobe Bryant wouldn't let players on his team wear the Kobe Bryant Nikes unless he deemed them worthy.
That's right. Some of the most popular basketball players are so flippin' stuck up.
Mm-hmm.
So one of my favorites, Donovan Mitchell. He's really down to earth and just like a generally really nice guy. Like there was a kid down here in central Utah. He was getting bullied. He was an immigrant kid. Darker skin. I don't remember if he was African American. I think he was like from like I want to say somewhere in like the Caribbean. But anyways,
he's from Jamaica.
Yeah, something like that. But
you can legally eat dogs in Jamaica, but only if you're a tourist.
Huh. Fun fact of the day. But like this frick. Like people were like driving by him and shouting the N-word at him and bullying literally because of his race. Like this was very recent. This was back in 2019. And Donovan Mitchell heard about it. It was like on local news. It wasn't really like a huge news story. It was like this kid's just getting bullied. Because not that much happens in this state. And Donovan Mitchell went down, gave him shoes, gave him a jersey, signed a bunch of stuff for him, spent the entire day with the kid, took him out to lunch, and he told him, and he's like, hey, I was in your position when I was younger. And I just want you to know that you're worth it, and you're, you're a good kid, basically, like that. He just gave the kid a really great pep talk, just made him really feel really good about himself. And I'm like, where are basketball players doing stuff like that? We need more like that. I love it when people do that.
I think we just need more people like that, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
We just need more people like that in general. Yeah.
Well, like the guy who made the biggest profit off the GameStop stocks bought a shit ton of Switches and games and stuff and just dropped it on the doorstep of St. Jude's.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Jude,
we need.
Why are you sad?
That's what we need, we just need more good people doing good things. Oh, this comedy podcast has ended on a very serious note.
Yeah, eat the rich.
Eat the rich, baby.
Did I say that right?
Yeah, you did.
Yes, you
Eat
did.
the rich.
I like the new one. Yeet the rich.
Eat the rich. Yeah. By the way, with the phrase "eat the rich," just so we can clarify to all the normies listening, that doesn't actually mean we're promoting cannibalism. It just means to eat their wealth. By any means necessary.
Yeah. Eat the rich.
Yeah. But maybe literally eat the rich. I don't know.
I bet you the taste.
We can't tell you what to do. We can only suggest.
Call it bourgeoisie.
Birds work for the bourgeoisie.
All right. Well, to kind of finish up our music segment, I guess, just kind of the end show. I guess we're just gonna play some music, I guess.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna listen to some music together. Just 3 songs that Tim has picked out. Do you want to tell us a little bit about them, or?
So these are 3 songs that I make sure stream of mine. The first one, Veritas, is probably my favorite because you guys probably don't know this, but I was a huge Stephen Hawking fan. Like, I liked him a lot. You know, he battled through his autoimmune disease he had that left him in the state that he was in, tied to a wheelchair and having to talk through a virtual talker, and he was still able to do all the things that he did scientifically, all the scientific research he did, the discoveries he made. Like, we would not be in the place we are now scientifically without people like Stephen Hawking. And this kind of goes into like his last day, how he's talking about how he's no longer tied to a wheelchair, his mind is floating free. So it was a pretty great, it's a great kind of chill song with a good message to it. And then the other 2 are just kind of funny songs that I found funny.
They're cool. This is like a synthwave version of the Lost Woods, and then something about Rick and Morty. So
it's a lo-fi beat rap, and it has nothing to do with Rick and Morty at all. By the way,
there is a line
Yeah,
where he compares himself to Rick and Morty in the very beginning.
And that's it.
Straight bars, though.
And that's it.
But
yeah, the bars are great.
Yeah. So first up, we're gonna play "Floating Free" by Veritas, and it's a single. It's available on Spotify, so check it out, y'all. Okay, and if I can only open, there we go.
Although my body is very limited, my mind is free to explore the universe. There are no limits to the human spirit. Floating free.
Christian, check this part. I did it because I wanted to understand the universe. There's nothing like the thrill when you discover something no one knew before. Floating free.
It was so good to be floating free. Floating free. Floating free. Floating free.
This has been DJ Jeff coming to you live with Floating Free. Pulling up next is Christian with our next song. Go ahead and bring it about, DJ Christian.
Hello, all you night owls. It is now 1:26 a.m. Utah time. We will next be followed up with Lost Woods by, frick, what's the name of the...
You
Whoopsie.
can't lose composure, Christian. You gotta keep your
Helliant
so
and Game Chops from the album Legend of Synthwave. Playing that right away here on Real Moon Hours on Moon's Cafe. TwitchTV.com. TwitchTV.com. Damn it.
You almost had it.
I almost had it so perfect, and then I had to add .com. Okay, here's Lost Woods.
So yeah, that's another good chill one I like to play at the end of my streams. Now this next one is just kind of a funny little rap I found on that royalty-free playlist. I actually saved it to one of my personal playlists that I listen to daily because I like it so much.
Yeah, I love that. You know, synthwave version of Lost Woods is very. I don't know. It was nice. It was nice to listen to. It's
Even though I
especially
haven't
nice
listened
with
to
my
the-
studio headphones. Big bass.
Oh, I bet.
It was awesome. Okay.
So, I've actually never played any Zelda games.
Seriously?
Seriously.
You got to get on that, man. You got to get on that. You are missing out. It's very
Not
good.
really.
Don't listen to
The only
Jeff.
one you
Jeff
need
thinks
to
Star
play
Wars is bad. Remember?
I don't think Star Wars is bad. I think the films are bad.
Yeah, he thinks the films are bad. What do you? Try it out.
Remember, Christian, Star Wars is dumb, and we love it anyways.
That's true.
Ha
That's
ha.
very true.
Spaceship go pew pew.
I'm excited to finish that video.
The only three that you should really play is Ocarina of Time, Wind Waker, and Breath of the Wild.
Link to the
I don't know,
Past is
man.
also a great game.
I heard Ocarina of Time kind of sucks.
No, Ocarina of Time great is Ocarina of Time great.
No,
Good.
it's Majora's
Right,
Mask.
good.
Majora's Mask is the one I heard is the worst.
No, Majora's Mask is
There.
amazing. What are you talking about?
I'm joking, Christian.
Okay,
I've heard it's the
dude, are you
best.
insane? Okay. Yeah, but I highly recommend the Zelda games. But to Unite Ales, it is now 1:31 a.m. Skies are clear in my area. It is now real moon hours. And we're playing the last song of the night. Rick and Morty by Swum. Is that how you pronounce it?
I think so. It's just swum.
It's
Rick
actually
and Morty.
pronounced Swam.
Rick and Morty by Swum off of his self-titled album, Swum. Anyways, here's Rick and Morty. Oh, that's way big. All right. Well, here's Rick and Morty, the final song of this week's episode of Real Moon Hours on twitchtv.com/moonscafe.
I'm cooking up in the lab like I'm Rick and Morty. 40 power, hit 'em off to turn your brain to pasta. Hit a opera, dread swinging just like I'm a roster. Smoking ganja and I'm zooted, walking in my Pradas. Any nigga touch my gangster, nigga, I'm a popper. And we ain't throwing hands with you fuck niggas. It's when I'm top up in that chamber, better duck, nigga. Niggas dissing on Lil Valley, he get slumped, nigga. We shoot his body, then we lay him in that trunk, nigga. I know, bitch, that's on my life. I will never fold a nigga speaking on the wood, and that nigga gotta go. I'm ready to stop, but I can fake, but I'ma steal up that pole. Nigga think I'm pussy, you boy, had to show me, y'all. Police always in my fucking crib. I don't tell them shit, I'm really rapping about this fucking life that I fucking live, but I be coolin', trying to focus on the fucking dividends. But if it's money on your head, well, I'ma fucking get it, man.
So yeah,
That was Rick and Morty on Real Moon Hours. Now it's time for the sign off. I've been your permanent guest, Jeff.
I've been your host, Mr.Moon.
and I've been co-host Tim, and now it's time for the morning radio show on 69.9. The fuck.
Oh man. Oh,
that is
man.
an inside joke that no one gets
Oh yeah.
until we play the
Yeah.
raft on stream.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Hmm.
Well,
Well,
that was a good
this has
show,
been
y'all.
fun. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
So, I don't know about you, Christian, but I'm not feeling an after show.
I'm not doing an after show. I'm
Would
too
you like to
tired.
explain what the after show is?
Yeah, so when we were originally planning this, we thought it'd be fun because Twitch TV is a gaming streaming platform first and foremost, and this is a gaming streaming channel. Moon's Cafe is mainly what I use to gather footage for games that I'm making videos on. So it's like it would be cool if after the live show we did a late night post show for anybody still watching, where we play like Raft, 7 Days, Star Wars Battlefront, just like anything. But we started really late because I had to eat my Taco Bell before he started, and that's not the main reason. But we started a little bit late. We're all really tired, so we're not going to do an after show this time, but cross your fingers for next week.
I think now that we've worked out all the kinks and we know how long it's going to take and the planning that needs to go into it, I feel like next week we're going to be far more prepared.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, this was like almost 100% an experiment. But yeah, it went well. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope people listening, after the actual show enjoyed it. We didn't have a lot of audience this time, but that's to be expected. But yeah, I hope you listening on Spotify, you listening on YouTube, you listening wherever. I hope you're enjoying the show. I hope you enjoyed the show. And I just hope you have a great day, a great night, a great week, a great month, and a great year.
Before we end, because for the podcast portion we are sponsored.
Oh yeah, because of Anchor.
Because of Anchor, so I would like to thank our sponsor Anchor on that front, giving us their platform to post our podcast on and taking care of all of the troubles that go into making a podcast. So really appreciate them for that. And yeah, I think that's it.
All right. Well, it's been a great one. I hope y'all enjoyed it. With that, I say, have a good night, night owls. This is
and see you later,
Mr. Moon of Moon's Cafe, with Real Moon Hours, signing off for the week of February 5th, 2021. We'll see you next time. Have a good one.